What? How is it already 4 o'clock? I swear it was just 3:57 and I still had a minute left on my countdown over there. I'm so confused. Hey, it's 4 o'clock. We're here. We're live. Just a few seconds late. I noticed that it's at 4 o'clock. I noticed that the couple stocks such as the SPY, I'm looking at the SPYs in the after hour. I was like, what's going on? I'm not, why am I not live yet? But here we are, like I said, here we are live, locked and loaded. Ladies and gentlemen, you are tuned in to the Pratty Daddy Show. It is past 4 o'clock, so we're gonna look for all the after hour movers that are coming in over here in the next 1 hour or so. All the stocks that moved around in the pre-market with the earnings, such as HRC Gaming moved around, actually absolutely destroyed itself. For some reason the SPY sold off going into the close over here, which is kind of sad to see. The market's ending 1% down on the S&P 500, and on the NASDAQ looks like we ended, where did the QQQ end today? 1.07% also, so both down 1% on the day today. Not looking good for the overall markets, but a couple stocks did move around. We were talking about a couple trades yesterday. We'll go through a couple of those trades, such as the AMC's longs, or you know, if I remember correctly, I said Penn long too, which actually didn't work out. So we'll go through all those trade ideas, generate new trade ideas, and go prepare ourselves for tomorrow, as we still have banger earnings coming out on the retail sector. We got TJX, we got JD, and we got what's the other one? Oh yeah, the one with the Target as the logo. That's right, Target. Did you guys know that Target's had a mascot? Target has a mascot, and its mascot is a dog who has a target, literally the logo itself painted on the eye. I'll show you guys that later. I found that in my research last night. I was just doing a little bit deep dive into Target, so we'll get deeper into that one too. Why don't we go straight into all the after hour session over here first, as we always do with the earnings movers. Let's look at NU Bank. We got Allegiant Technologies, H&R Block. If you haven't done your taxes yet, I don't know why you haven't done your taxes yet. It's quite a time passed for you to not do your taxes. But the H&R Block over there, really later on in the night tonight, we got CAVA, which is a restaurant stock that recently came out as an IPO. We remember trading the stock on the IPO days. We said we expected to go to all the way back to that $12 prices, but looks like it wants to trade higher and higher ever since then. We're obviously wrong on that call out. Currently up 2% to the north side. Maybe their earnings number dropped a little bit earlier than 7 o'clock. It is possible that they released their numbers in the after hours, but no real volume on this pop, so I'm not gonna buy it. The release number was originally supposed to be at 7 o'clock, so we'll just wait and see if this is probably just a fugazi move. But the numbers that are actually coming out at the moment are Allegiant Technologies. I'm hoping that's how you say it. If I'm saying it incorrectly, please forgive me, chat. No move in the after hour just yet. I believe it's supposed to be at 405. Yeah, 405, 415 for NU. But H&R Block, HRB should be coming out right now, and it did. Looks like it popped up to the north side. We actually threw some lines down not too long ago. I believe this was actually a couple days ago. We started looking for some levels over here on H&R Block, and now we're waiting to see what happens now around the 87.50. Also, would love to take a look at what H&R Block's options implied volatile move is. This is you know, apparently uses a little bit of AI and options itself calculator. Shout out to our friends at Options AI for this one. They're expecting about a 6% move overall up to 37.50, and I think that's exactly where my line is, that 37.50 area, 37.40, 37.50. So we're looking to see what happens on the higher end of these ranges over here on H&R Block. On a positive earnings report, looks like they did beat. So look out for this one to bring in some volume tomorrow, some fun ranges for us to be interested in. Ooh, Paulo coming out saying, yo, what's up, Ooh, Paulo? Welcome. A new subscriber. Ersan becoming a new subscriber. Welcome to the party. Looks like we're actually going to break through that 37.50 and keep on marching to the north side over here on H&R Block. H&R Block not stopping at the moment, getting past that. Do we see 40? Ooh, I mean, I won't be surprised if we start testing these ranges tomorrow. So looks like the stock really wants to go up to these areas. I want to, you know, obviously wait for the earnings report, as that will carry more importance for me, and the weight as to seeing how strong the report is. But right now, taking past these October 15 highs and October 22 lows, coming in to those ranges, looks like the stock is obviously very, very strong on its upward trajectory, and pretty damn close to all-time high. So if this earnings report is that bullish that we're getting back to that $40 ranges, and you know, only $8 away from all-time high, why not go to all-time high? So we'll see what happens over there. You should invite Miss V to the show, says chat. Well, you know, I'm just gonna show this one right here. If you can guess who this guest is, this guest will be coming in on August 17th, by the way. Shout out to anyone who can guess this. I will reveal who is coming on August 17th later on in the show tonight at closer to 5 o'clock or so. I'll post the answer over here, but feel free to go guess the answer over here. And most of you can already see the answer of who this guest is, actually. Why is this lagging? Come on, load up. Most of you can actually already see the answer of who the guest is by going over to my Instagram page, because it's already posted there. So yeah, some of you know. We'll obviously have a lot of fun with it. I'm very excited to see how she's doing. Oops, did I ruin it? Or how he's doing? We don't know, right? So we'll see what happens coming up August 17th, 4 o'clock, Thursday. We'll be looking out for that one. People looking at A still. I mean, yeah, A now has to come out with the earnings report. Looks like Allegiant Technologies coming out and dropping now, failing to the downside, 3.4%, giving up most of the ghosts that we held on to. I mean, we were actually down 0.7, so I guess we're just bleeding a little bit more, continuing. Looks like the 100 period EMA on the daily is really coming in as a resistance at that moment, and pushing the stock back. Obviously, the earnings report is a real catalyst, not the technicals. The earnings are what pushing the stock to the downside. If we go right back to the tab that we previously had over here, we can take a look at what they're expecting for A. They're expecting a 4.4% move overall to the upside or to the downside, and they're looking for a drop down to $120, and that's exactly what we're seeing right now in the pre-market, in the after hours. Drop down to 120 and a bounce right off of that 120 area, looking to and a immediate whipsaw right back to the day's lows, the day's lows, around the day's lows, pretty much flat right now on A in the after hour session off that earnings report. Really volatile. That's been the story of earnings report all of this season so far. You know, we've seen the first few stocks come out whipsaw all across the board. It was insane. I'm thinking about Tesla at the moment. Actually, was it Tesla or Nvidia? I can't remember at the moment, honestly, but they were all whipsaw all over the place, and that seems to be the story overall. Good afternoon, Prad. I smashed the like, looking to improve my watch list. I like it. Looking to improve your watch list, and I am looking to maybe help you in that adventure. Let's expand that watch list with let's start off with Bitcoin over here. Bitcoin clearly losing that move from 30,000 one more time. We're not able to get back above 30K. So MARA, RIOT, both of them very heavily selling off today. If you look at them on the daily chart, they're both are pretty decent levels over here, near even dollar prices, and even dollar prices that we have previously traded. So MARA near that $14 price at the moment. You can see if buyers come in around this 14, see how many times we've kind of traded around this $14, 14.50 to 14. It's like a little range, right? So if Bitcoin sells off tomorrow more and this 14 area gives up, you're looking for that drop down to this previous peak highs, or even the 100 period EMA of 1264. But if Bitcoin's green tomorrow, then you can look for that re-entry through 14 back up. The low at days only 13.90, right? So only a 10-cent break of 14, maybe 14 actually holds tomorrow and Bitcoin goes back up tomorrow. You're able to get that long, ride it back somewhere up to $15 or so on MARA, on RIOT. But if Bitcoin is bleeding for another move to the downside, we're giving up 29,000 now. We're continuing to the downside, and 30K clearly not in the picture for a swing on the intraday move upside on Bitcoin. Then you can look for that shorts on MARA leaning off that 14, looking for that move down to 1250 or so, and RIOT kind of giving you the same trade trade, but already selling off a little bit more than MARA, RIOT, overextending to the drop over here to that peak, which Mara hasn't done yet, and already pulling back to, and we're not that far away from the 100 period EMA on RIOT at the moment. And RIOT, if I remember correctly, does less volume. There we go. It does less volume than MARA, so I would most likely just worry about trading MARA at this point. But RIOT pulling back to that $13 area, giving you that proper support test if support shows up. Also 100 period EMA, so if Bitcoin goes up, you can look for a long on RIOT Riot off of this $13. Before I say a ROT by mistake, you can get long on Riot over here. That's a Bitcoin trade that I'm looking for. Couple other things that you can add to your watch list obviously will be that CAVA, which was a recent IPO. This one's earnings supposed to come out at 7 o'clock, but they're already making somewhat of a move over here in the after hours. No real volume in the after hours though, so I wouldn't be too confident in taking a trade right now off of this move, because it's supposed to come out at $7. But if the report is out, then the report is out. Currently we are in the IPO range, the IPO day range, which is the high of $47.90, low of $40. I remember shorting that 42 break, and we had a lot of fun with that one to the downside. Looking to see if the IPO high can come in as a support at the moment on the upside move before earnings even come out. But if this one gives you some volume, we can look at that. No volume though. On what stock are you talking about, Mr. Rim Shaker? Definitely be tuning in to you and Miss V. That's right, I ruined it, didn't I? I did ruin it. It is Miss V. Might as well post a picture. But yeah, I posted it on Instagram already, so yeah, you guys know it. It's gonna be Miss V. We're gonna be having Miss V on for this Thursday stream. It's gonna be fun, probably like for 30 minutes or so, because it's pretty damn late for her back in Russia. I believe she's in Russia, but wherever she is, it's pretty damn late for her. I think it's 1 o'clock in the morning her time, where it's 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, our time. So giving her the courtesy, but thankful that she even was willing to show up. So we'll have a lot of fun with her. If you have any questions for her, make sure you post questions in the Discord, or even on Twitter. Tag me on Twitter with some questions to ask Miss V, and we'll get that going. And if you're not already on our Discord, you're making a big mistake. Do !Discord, sign up to our Discord, get all those links. All the links for social media are in the description below. Also, I need to update the sub goal. What's my current subs at, guys? What is my current subs at? Streamlabs is failing me at the moment. Okay, so coming back to the stock market at the moment, let's go to A. A is obviously, we saw it drop to that 120, come back to break even, but now still pulling back to the downside to the 123 area. If we were to go here on trade ideas, I guess, I'm looking for why that 124, 120. Let's go to that daily chart. Ooh, I like that 120 level. I mean, we did bounce right off that 120 at the moment. The options are already expecting 120. The stock has, maybe we drop, what is that? 2021. We'll drop the anchor view off from here. See how that chart looks. That anchor view up currently showing you, resistances around this 130 area, which the stock is already showing you a double top around this 130. And now we're waiting to see how the support builds in around this 120. There's a little bit of a trend line over here that you can kind of draw to, but expecting that trend line to, somewhat break on this move that we're seeing from the stock to the downside. I can't extend it because okay, it won't let me extend it. Damn it. Is there one that auto extends there? Yeah, there is. So bang, something like that. Let me just delete that. So looking for how that support of that trend line shows up somewhere around this 118, 119s, let's say. If we bounce off that trend line, if there is support or demand that shows up on this trend line, and if the demand doesn't show up on that trend line, we are obviously breaking that 120. We're breaking to the downside. Weak earnings report most likely, and guidance not looking strong either. I have to read the report before making those assumptions. So I'm just making that assumptions based on these moves at the moment the stock is giving you. So we'll have to wait for a little bit. Once TradingView over here gives us the information, we'll take a look at that. Looks like 9 minutes ago. There we go. Forward year, full year adjustment 5.4, but that's the future though. Estimated, where's the current numbers? EPS of 1.43, estimated 1.3, so that's a B. And revenue of 1.1, that doesn't sound good. Okay, there we go. 1.67 and 1.68, that's a B. That's a Q3 net revenue. Revenue of 6, sees full year revenue at 6.8 billion to 6.85 billion. What's the estimate of that though? You just see that to that range, but I want to see what the estimate is, because if they're not in line with estimates or they are off by estimates, that could mean, they are guiding lower, so they're obviously pushing to the downside on poor guidance. So a little bit more. I wish Trade Ideas honestly gave me a better report. Shout out to your boys at Benzinga though, because Benzinga is actually hooking me up with the free Benzinga Pro account, and that's gonna allow me to look at all this information at a way better pace in the future for you guys. So I'm working on some deals. I also worked on some things for you guys. Let me show you that. So shout out to TraderSync. I sat on a call with TraderSync today for a little bit. This is basically a journaling platform. Don't get too happy. These are not all my trades, right? These are not all my trades. These are some of my trades that you are seeing right now. I was just testing out their software, practicing to see how their user interface works and so on, and actually like it quite a bit. And I talked to them. If they sell your information, they don't sell your information, which is good. Remember, I always was big on, I don't like to use other software, especially online, because they might sell your data and whatnot. So because of that, I kind of stayed away from using other software. But I was able to get on a call with these guys today. Was able to try out some of the stuff over here, and I was really liking it. So uploading some of my data that I had already downloaded on my home computer, was able to find my big trade, which was the DWAC trade. If you guys remember how DWAC went crazy, I mean, look at how easy it was to find my DWAC trade. I just click a few buttons, bang, 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 bang. I find my DWAC trade, and then instantly I can look perfectly right into that trade as to what happened, what day was that trade made, what direction was the trade made, how much money was made on it, how much money was lost on it. You can even tag it by the setups and so on. All of this is very important for you to grow as a trader. I used to do this all myself manually on Google Sheets, which took a lot of time during my beginning years. I wish I had software like this during the starting of my years when I first was learning how to trade, but you have it now, ladies and gentlemen. Take advantage of it. The links are all in the description below. Go check out all the descriptions, all the links in the descriptions for especially TraderSync. I suggest, if you're a new trader and you want to, perfect your trading, get better at it, know exactly where you're making money and losing money, software like TraderSync will really help you out. They even have this new feature called a market replay, where you can basically replay a certain day or replay a certain trade and watch it back for yourself in case you missed out, which is amazing. And for those of you who don't record your own screens, you can watch it that way. And even look how beautiful the replay feature, not the replay feature, but the trade journaling feature is. Let's say I actually did journal my trade over here. You get to see exactly how much shares, the time that you took it, the profit that you made. But over here, you get to see, all the notes that you put down over here. You get to see the trade, exactly where the trade happened, in case you forgot to take a screenshot that day. So I was really happy to partner with TraderSync. I'm bringing you guys, obviously full transparency. I get some money for anyone who do click on that link and do sign up for it. So feel free to use that one. Coming back to the market over here and what's moving around, I think NU should be moving around now. It looks like it did drop to the downside first, but afterwards didn't really do too much over here. Now we're basically flat on NU. Looking at my side screen to see if the chat's asking for any certain stocks over here, because we're not really seeing too important volume stocks in the after hours, sadly. And my watch list, why is this open? Close that. And my watch list is sadly only HNR Block A, NU, and COHR for the after hour earnings. Besides that, though, we do have a more extensive watch list if you guys are interested in diving into. So why don't we do that? How surprising is it that Nvidia had a positive day today? Very. I'm actually shocked that Nvidia had another positive day to the upside. I was actually screaming short. I'm looking for those shorts. I was wrong, right? Obviously I was wrong, and I love to be wrong because it teaches you some things. Looks like this 445 area kind of came into play a little bit right off the open, but we ran up to 452, 453, kind of almost touching 453, 452.68 being the high of day over there, and then pulling back down. But looks like this area over here, honestly, where the stock closed at, that we pinpointed. Surprisingly enough, we pinpointed the stock after our open and the after hour close. Right, we nailed those two levels. We'll take those. That's a dub in my book. But overall, this is what I like to see, is this 440 area really coming into play and showing support multiple times, even after this monster rally that Nvidia had yesterday off of no real catalyst that I found myself. So overall, this 440 level, now tomorrow we can look for, you know, another round of longs being built into that, or look for shorts being built into that, especially with how the market played off going into the close today, with breaking down the day's low and ending, you know, down 1 full percent on both the QQQ and on the S&P 500. I'm expecting that 440 to give up the ghost, and we do start moving a little bit lower. That 430 coming into play, 435 coming into play. So watch out for Nvidia, possibly, you know, showing us some rejections off of this 440, 436 giving you that dip buy, 435 giving you that dip buy. And then we start making that run back to the upside. I don't think we see 420 coming right back in unless the market really drops tomorrow for some reason. And I don't think there is any big economic calendar event tomorrow anyways. We got building permits, which doesn't move the market. It's Wednesday, so we got crude oil inventories, which should move energy stocks and not Nvidia as much, unless it's a really big, crazy number. We got FOMC minutes tomorrow. I forgot about that. I even talked about it on my Sunday stream for the week ahead. That's right, guys, we are doing Sunday streams too, where we are wrapping, you know, where we're getting you prepared for the whole week ahead, for all the economic calendars and all the stocks that might be moving around on the week. Getting a Sunday prep session, like a Sunday church session, but Sunday prep session with your boy Prastradamus. Nvidia, very surprised that it was actually green on the day today, and the way that it moved yesterday was shocking in itself. Micron did actually give us that sell-off that we were looking for, that 4% drop to the downside. We were not looking for Micron to keep ripping up like it did yesterday, so Micron did give you that short right off the open. We enjoyed that one. AMD also did pretty much the same thing, sold off right off the open. The only one strong in my book was, honestly, through my scans, was Nvidia. Even Intel sold off. So Nvidia, where are you getting the strength from? What is that monster W power coming from in Nvidia? I have no clue, but it was fun to watch nevertheless throughout the day. So that's your semiconductor sector. Let's go to Penn National. We were very bullish about Penn National, about this 23-24 area. I'm still going to continue being bullish about this 23-24 area, especially with how the stock traded today. Yeah, it's down 3% on the day, but look at how we keep bouncing off this 24 now. We don't even want to push to 23. We don't want to test 23. 23 doesn't, you know, buyers are okay with punching 24 at the moment. Buyers such as myself who think that the catalyst that the stock is pulling out at the moment is strong. So looking for that 24 to continue hold. Even if we do push down to 23.50 or 23, I'm looking to continue building into those longs into the stock over here for that pop into a, you know, this is a little bit of a more swing trade. This is more of a longer term trade. Looking for this one to play out, and maybe I think the app is supposed to come out. When is the app supposed to come out? ESPN Bet app release date. November of 2023. So let's give it until November of 2023, basically, right? So this is a little bit of a longer term trade, not just a day trade over here, but you can also look for continuous day trades. You can keep on looking for the long scalps off that 24, long scalps off that 23, any bounces you get off that, or you can, you know, obviously play the trend as your friend idea, take the short off at 24, ride it down to 23, get long at 23, go right back to 24, trade the range until the stock starts giving you that pump to the north side. And sadly, if 23 does break, then the trade is no longer valid. Now you just go short to the downside, as we are moving down to a whole new 52-week low level. So that's that trade idea on Penn National. Talking about 52-week lows breaking, I thought PayPal would not push down to that 52-week lows, right? PayPal recently had that good catalyst, I guess a good enough of a catalyst that Intuit, I believe that's how you say it. Inuit is a Aboriginal, how do I say that? I'm just gonna skirt past this. Skirt. I'm skirting. Okay. Coming back to PayPal. PayPal is you know, did not expect this one to go to that 52-week lows. I thought those 60s would hold up, but that's going to be a NAPI at the moment. We are going to that 59, 58 lows coming in. 52-week low, let's just throw that out there, which is at 58.95. Hopefully we do bounce off of this. If this one doesn't bounce off of this area, then more pain coming in for PayPal investors as myself, who's currently invested at $119. Oh! Man, I'm never going to financially recover from this one. 100% never going to financially recover from this one. Kramer gave a sell on PayPal. That's right. How can I forget about that one? I am going to financially recover on this one because PayPal has officially found a bottom. PayPal has officially found a bottom because after loving PayPal at A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I, here is where Uncle Kramer has come out and said, I do not want to own the stock anymore. So I think, you know, this sell obviously is the Kramer lovers. The Kramer lovers coming in and dumping the stock. And tomorrow we see the infamous rally. Infamous is actually supposed to be bad, correct? I think infamous is supposed to be bad. The famous rally, the famous inverse Kramer ETF playing out over here. Watch out for the longs getting built. We're looking for the bottoms to be put in for this position over here. That's what I'm looking for. Honestly, if this breaks this bottom, I might just cut my losses and walk away from this trade. I don't think I'm ever going to financially recover. That 119 just looks ridiculous at this point. I mean, it looked good back here. It looked good back here. Doesn't look good now. Does not look good now. It's a horrible price on PayPal for myself. Let's see if that 52-week low can hold on that bad boy. You can also look for options on this. Honestly, you can, you know, write that 65. You could buy those 65 call options for in the future, leaps maybe. And if it breaks this 58, 59 lows, just get out, call it a loss and move on. And if it doesn't break, maybe you make money off it. Also, this is coming from someone who's just recently started trading options, so I don't really know what I'm talking about when I'm trading options, okay? Just so you know. Cliff Bennett coming in with the subscribe, and everyone else who's hit subscribe today. Thank you so much, ladies and gentlemen. I know I've been not been able to see the chat, but Streamlabs got my back. Streamlabs been thanking all of you who's been hitting the subscribe button, so I appreciate all of you new followers. Love. Lyft. With the monster move today, it has popped up on my scanner a bunch of times, you know, right off the open actually. That's pre-market, but right off the open right here popped up on my scanner a couple times today as it was trying to take out this $12 area. I mean, the 1250, don't really see 1250 as a level. I'm looking at that 13 area, to be honest, but 13 never really came into play as I would have looked for a possible short off that 13. You know, Lyft earnings report not really that strong in my opinion. They're still struggling. Their CEO said nothing wrong with being second. Yes, there's everything wrong with being second. You're a loser if you're second. You're the best loser if you're second. So you know, shout out to Uber. And they also said, you know, we got comparable prices to Uber. No, you don't. You cost more than Uber for me to go anywhere. You don't got comparable prices for trash, and you rely on advertising now to make money because no one's actually using your platform. Not that Uber's not advertising. I see Uber advertising too. I saw a Prime advertisement recently when I was ordering food on Uber. But all things considered, Lyft is just not it in my book, so I'm not looking forward to look for those longs over here. If 13 comes into play, I'm looking for that possible demand shutting off and supply opening up. In other words, supports in other words, resistance showing itself and not being able to take past that 13 area on Lyft. LYFT. Why don't we go to Roblox? Roblox actually held 30 for some part of the day today, and then with the overall market sold off. So if we go to the 5-minute chart, you can see right here we were actually trading above 30 for most part of the day. Later on in the day, obviously getting back below 30 and struggling over there. Upstart doing pretty much the same thing. We got above 35, but then you know, struggling to stay above 35. I'm constantly watching the stock over here every single day, Upstart and Roblox, to look to see when can I properly time myself over here for a possible long bounce on this position, or even a short move to the downside. At the moment, Roblox pretty damn close to 52-week lows, only a $5 drop here to 52-week lows, and Upstart I believe is exactly near 52-week lows. If we go to the 1-year chart, no, it's not. $11 is 52-week lows. The stock ran up to 72 recently. Monster run up on Upstart. And Max and I were just talking. Max was like, what the hell happened to Upstart? It was at $70 before I went to vacation. I come back from vacation and it's at $30. Yeah, we were pretty surprised off that earnings move over there on UPST, and this stock just cannot find buyers at the moment anywhere above $35. The second we push above $35, it just immediately gets stuffed back down. You can see that resistance right now actually showing itself up, showing itself at the 100 period EMA on the daily chart, which is near $36. So every time we push near 36, you're immediately seeing the stock get stuffed right back to the downside. Inverse Kramer, says chat. Yeah, Inverse Kramer always stays winning, never loses. We were talking about a possible bounce on AMC yesterday, and it did work out. We got an 8% move to the north side on AMC, right back to actually 381. Looks like 380, 381, which was the previous 52-week low. See how easy trading really is? I mean, levels come into play. History repeats itself on the stock market more often than you will believe it. But the hard part about trading, the rocket science part, comes in with your own self, with your psychology, with your mindset, and having to deal with emotions and money and so on. If you're able to control all of that, ladies and gentlemen, and able to, you know, put some lines on the stock charts over here, it's not that hard. You can do it too. You can do it too. So go get that bread. We gave you that long on AMC yesterday. AMC did give you a beautiful bounce right back to 340. I mean, look, insane bounce at 330, 335 held. I hope Brankles doesn't mind me showing this, but this is actually Brankles' chart today. Brankles is a trader on the floor, on the stock market floor where I used to previously work at. Stock market floor, on the prop floor where I previously used to work at, and this was his long on AMC today. Long 330, scalped out 340. Got back in 335, held it pretty much for the whole move over there up to 357, and you know, loved that move. And this was only up 5.3% at that point. I'm sure he held a little bit more all the way up to the end of the day move over here to 381 or so. I mean, shout out to your boy Brankos, killing it on that trade. A simple SSR trade. This stock dropped 30 some odd percent over here on this day. Second day, it's showing you supports right around these days levels. Look at that 330, 350, 35 area showing you buyers. You could have even taken that 340 where it kind of consolidated all throughout the day yesterday. You could have taken the 340 breakout and enjoyed it. We gave you the long on AMC. Hopefully you took advantage on that bad boy. Shout out to everyone who did. Everyone was asking, where's Pratt on the Ulster earlier? How does it feel being a viral sensation? I don't think you know, I'm a viral sensation of any source, my friend. I'm just happy that I have you know, somewhat of a base, somewhat of a following, people who actually enjoy listening to the nonsense that I say, or enjoy listening to my stock market you know, rants or anything it is. So shout out to all you guys over there who actually tune in. Shout out to all of you guys over there who pull up and watch me talk about anything that I like to talk about. So thank you. Pat yourself on the back, as without you I would be nothing. I know, as cheesy as that might sound, and I know a lot of people say it, but hey, I could show you streams where I've had 0 viewers, and this means a lot, right? So shout out to all of you guys who show up every single day, and make sure you show up on, let me open up this picture. Make sure you show up on July 20, sorry, what am I saying? Why am I saying my birthday? Show up on August 17, 2023 at 4 o'clock, because it's none other than your girl, Valeria, showing up to stream with me on that day. So we're gonna have a lot of fun. Let me post that picture over here. I'm gonna do it this way. I'm gonna quote this picture, and I'm gonna paste this picture. Can I paste it? No. Oh, then I gotta do it this way. Bang. There we go. It's wow. So there we go. We're gonna have Val coming on for that stream on August 17. We're gonna have a lot of fun with that. Make sure you tune in, hit that reminder for that day also. Let's get back to the market, as we have a little bit more time left for the stream over here. I have a couple other stocks I want to talk about. I want to see if Palantir held 15, and it didn't test all the way down to 15, but we're still stuck in that range to the sideways. If I can go to my trade ideas chart, because I have the lines actually drawn up on Palantir over here, you can see that box at the moment. We're respecting that range, but that I guess that's the, I want to say 50 period EMA. Yeah, the blue line's the 50 period EMA on the daily chart. We're actually rejecting the 50 period EMA at the moment on Palantir. Shout out to your boys at Trade Ideas, obviously. Shout out to Michael Nas for hooking me up with this account. Go check out the description below. Use code PRAD15 to get 15% off on Trade Ideas. Full transparency again, I make a couple dollars here or there for anyone who uses any of my affiliate links, such as TraderSync or Trade Ideas. Helps me you know, buy a vaporizer a day, maybe a week, not a day. That would be too much if I'm smoking a vape a day. I actually haven't smoked a vape ever since I have been sitting at home and haven't been working at a prop firm. So shout out to that. Maybe that's the secret. Don't work at a prop firm, don't need vaporizers. I figured it out, chat. Figured out how to quit vaporizers. Figured out how to quit vaporizers. I want to kill this line over here because I don't like that one. Overall though, Palantir is what we're talking about. We like the fact that Palantir is showing somewhat of a support at 15, but the 50 period EMA rejection on the daily chart on the upper band, not looking good. If we were to also zoom in over here real quick, earnings days right here, that should be the earnings day. Earnings day, let's put anchored VWAP to earnings day. And that shows you a you know, possible rejection around 1638 or so, and we're looking for that possible rejection at 17 anyways on our friends over here at Palantir. So watch out for this one. This one is anchoring the VWAP off of the earnings move. Where are we going? Brandon, is that Brankles? Is that Brankles in the chat? Don't tell me that's Brankles in the chat. He's gonna hate me for showing his AMC chart. Hopefully not. Okay. Going back to Nvidia, AMD, Micron, we talked about that. Penn, Disney. What is Disney doing? Disney's still selling off, obviously. We are looking for that 52-week low coming back into play on Disney, somewhere around this $85. Disney does not look good. Someone in the chat said, I forget if it was Dave. Dave also said that, you know, raising, I think it was Dave, I apologize if it wasn't Dave, that raising prices for subscriptions on Disney Plus was not a good move. I beg to differ on that. You know, Netflix is doing it, other companies are doing it, they gotta make a money somehow, so they're gonna keep on raising prices. And I really quick, let me just apologize for everyone who is Trader TV will throw any in it. Okay, guys, calm down. Don't be smashing Trader TV, okay? It is what it is. Things don't work out. Coming back to Disney over here, looking for that 52-week low to get some support around this $84. I mean, 52-week low is honestly right here around 84, but I'm looking for this 85 bounce coming into play. Disney at the moment selling back even after a decent earnings report on the book. They beat, but they've had a lot of misses in the background, right? A lot of misses in the background, so it did not look good. Let's go to Barbie stock. See how the Barbie stock is doing. Barbie stock is now normalizing a little bit in this higher end of the range, somewhere between $20 and $22. We got a nice little box being formed out. Let's see how the stock trades in this range. Do we break out of the box to the upside? Do we break down to the box? Obviously the Barbie hype might be dying down now, quote unquote, but what happens once Christmas starts up? It's not that far out. Time's gonna fly by, and Christmas is gonna start, and they're gonna be, you know, advertising all types of Barbies and everything, and you're gonna see kids wanting Barbie all day. Maybe shortages of Barbies being announced. So it's gonna be a lot of hype around that. I'm looking to see what happens on Mattel over here going into you know, the hype Barbie toy season, which is coming up very soon on Christmas. And inflation, do parents still buy as many toys? Do they buy the expensive toys? Do they buy the cheaper toys? Lots of questions over here on Hasbro, on Mattel, so keeping these two on watch still. Hasbro obviously making a nice little moves with Mattel, just leeching off the Mattel move over there from that Barbie overall. I believe that was the watch list that I'm basically watching. Let's go take a look at people just spamming emojis. I love it. Neo to the moon. Neo to the moon. I mean, that's we have XPEV coming up Friday on earnings, but Neo at the moment coming back to $11. I mean, Tesla is struggling too. Tesla cutting prices recently. I believe that news came out yesterday or a day before that. No, yesterday. Yesterday was Monday. That news coming out yesterday, bringing Tesla down. Tesla's now at the 200 period EMA at $231. Looking for support to come in around these areas, like I said yesterday. But if support doesn't show up over here, then look for that big move right back into these ranges over here around $200 on Tesla. I'll be surprised if Tesla goes to that 200, but based on where the anchored VWAP said on Tesla, we could see a pullback all the way down there. So if we zoom out, Tesla's over here. We can put the anchored from whatever lows those are, and bang, it's expecting a drop down to 200s and see some possible supports over there. So if buyers don't show up anywhere in these ranges on Tesla, then you are looking for that drop down to, you know, these ranges near 210 to 200. Watch out for that move. How about QS? QuantumScape. Yeah, QuantumScape actually was on my radar at some point today. It popped up on my Yahoo scanner, I guess to the downside. There it is, down 5% on the overall day. It was, you know, a little bit of a loser along with PayPal, ON, which is another earnings play. CSE, we forgot about that earnings play, so let's go to C after QS. QS announced earnings not too long ago. On that earnings day when they were moving around, I remember them going down first, then going up, and then going back down. Someone in the chat said they're going at $11-13. I was surprised that actually came out that way, and all the way up to $13.86. Looks like we nailed that $13.86 move over there, and that happens to be the high from August 22nd. I like to look at, you know, highs and lows and so on. That's why I like to put my lines at like highs and lows. As you can see, those levels you most often do come into play. So 1386, instant open of supply, demand non-existent, taking the stock right back down to these lower end of the ranges over here. Now trading below the 100 period EMA. The EMA crossovers have also come into play. So the 100 period EMA now on the upper end of the range. On the lower end, the 100 period EMA is supposed to, well, okay, anyways, I'm getting confused at the moment. Crossover over here, we got another crossover here, so the EMAs are getting multiple crossovers and confusing the crap out of me. So I'm trying to, you know, see what really happens based on simple support and resistance zones. Though maybe we see support coming in around the 670 680 area on QuantumScape. I wouldn't be too excited until we actually break out of 830 to the north side. If we start breaking out of 830 to the north side and start making a run back to 9, then I'll be interested, or breaking below 675 to the move to $6 or $5, then I'd be interested, but not too excited to really put QuantumScape on my watch list at the moment. Average volume 15 million, today's volume only 8 million. That's not the best increase in volume that I want to see on the stock. Benzinga catching up, always fun to check out some charts. Money Mitch coming in, thank you sir. I had it at 695, sold it in 10s, it's back there. That's how these momentum names go. Yeah, the earnings names are wild, but these momentum names are even more wild. Money Mitch coming in, showing some love, showing some support. As I was saying to my chat earlier, I'm actually excited to show up on your stream, I guess very soon, and also use Benzinga, show my viewers Benzinga over here, the platform, eventually, so I can start talking about, you know, actual earnings numbers that are coming out exactly at the moment, instead of fumbling all over them and looking like a bot. I hate looking like an absolute bot and having to wait for earnings whispers to, you know, post these numbers over here. So I can't wait to use those numbers. But here, as we are looking for Allegiant earlier, we are talking about earnings for the fiscal year, 5.4 a share to 5.43, down from prior guidance of 5.6. So that's the hit that we're looking for right there. Did they miss on revenue by any chance? Also, is now targeting 6.8 to 6.85, reflecting a flat year over year or a decline of 0.7. So that's a decline. In May, the company guided for 6.93 to 7.03. So those were the numbers we're looking for to see if you know, they are guiding in line, or are they missing the guidance? Are they you know, reporting in line? Are they reporting a miss? Overall, looks like they might have reported in line / a miss, but they're guiding a miss overall, and guiding lower for the future. Hence, Allegiant Technologies, or A on New York, is sadly down 2% over here in the after hours, and Options AI was expecting about a 4.4% move, a whole overall move down to 120 and not much lower than 120. Looks like they nailed that move. Shout out to my friends at Options AI for that one. I could see a firm Carvana, Upstart doing the same. IonQ looks interesting for a breakdown short. Carvana, Upstart, all these stocks had a monster squeeze up, man. Monster squeeze up, and I will not be surprised if they move back down. I was actually sitting in a Twitter space call, I think yesterday, with our friends Michael Noss, you know very well, and a bunch of other popular traders on the Twitter sphere, or should I say the X sphere? Sounds weird. Sounds weird, but on the X space, sounds so weird. There were a bunch of traders sitting there giving a call out, and a trader actually said they're looking for Carvana shorts. Upstart, obviously, big move down off the earnings report, basically giving up all of that ghost. We're looking to see what happens around this $30 area on Upstart, and that 35 re-entry to the upside could possibly give you a long. But quick, I already pointed this out, how the 100 period EMA, the 36 area, constantly stuffing the stock back down now after the earnings report. So watch for that. I think we could see a short off of 30 to the downside on Upstart. Upstart really struggling. What do they even do? What do they even do? Nobody knows what Upstart does. AI could join that party too. You know, AI at the moment still holding pretty in its own range. What other stock did you say there? Carvana, Upstart, IonQ. IonQ had a good day today, didn't it? Yeah, IonQ had like a 4.5% update today. Monster move. Electrical technology, computer processing hardware. Don't really know what they do. Need to read up more on these guys. Developing quantum computers. Okay. So I'm guessing a little bit of AI hype behind these guys also. Yeah, a little bit of AI quantum computing hype coming into IonQ. Elevating not too long ago recently. Looks like exactly around the whole AI hype period move coming in, and moving right back into, you know, previous supply opening up zone, so I'm expecting possible supply to open up and demand to start dying down, and we start moving back below to this $10 ranges on IonQ where these EMAs are. Let's see if that does play out on this position, as we are currently today elevated quite a bit on the volume too. Average 10-day volume of 17 million, today's volume 25 million. X SPAC, yeah, it looks like it was an X SPAC. I can see that $10 level right there, looking for that $10 level to come right back into play, baby. X SPAC IONQ. Quantum computing AI hype. Hey, I'm glad I nailed that. Brad, you're going to trade your money or pass some prop combine, or what's the plan? Yeah, I'm actually going back to a prop firm. It's going to be another Day Trade the World prop firm actually, but it's a different floor. It's a different floor. It's going to be a brand new beginning. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. I'm actually going to see that office this Friday, so we'll go visit that office. The people who run that floor are actually a very good mentors of mine from back in the day on this very same floor that I used to trade. They used to trade here during COVID. They opened up their own floor, and they started trading through their own floor, and then sadly I did not get a chance to learn more from them. I can't wait to work with these guys again. They were my mentors. They were my OGs, as you might say, in the game. They were my OGs, and yeah, I'm very excited to see what the future holds. We are going to go back to trading one way or the other, no matter what. Even if Day Trade the World, doesn't want to let me go back into trading with them, which I don't think is going to happen. I think it's going to work, but because of Trader TV Live, if Day Trade the World does not allow me to go back to trading, then we'll find other ways. Maybe we'll start trading futures on prop firm accounts. Maybe we'll start trading our own accounts. Maybe we'll start trading options. We'll figure it out. The answer is we're not stopping, and no one can stop us. We're not going down. You might have knocked me down, but we're not going down. We're gonna get back up, and that's the plan of the game. Go one step down, but two step forward always, baby. Two step forward. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for taking an hour or so off your day over here for watching your boy Trader Prad. Once again, go please check out all the links in the description, all my affiliate links and my social media. I'm very active on my Twitter. I post a lot of stock stuff and non-stock stuff on Twitter, so make sure you go follow that so you don't miss out about when I'm going live or anything about the updates and so on. Also active on Instagram, go check out that one. And we are very active on our Discord, so if you're not joining our Discord, you're gonna miss out on a lot of stuff over there. Go check once again all my socials. We will be back tomorrow for another banger episode. Good luck tomorrow on Target, TJX, JD. What are your predictions? Let me know in the comments below. Peace.